So this is Sam Carana's blog and Arctic News, arctic-news.blogspot.com. This is his post from today, and the title is 2 degrees C crossed. And he says 2 degrees C crossed. It's time to stop denying how precarious the situation is. It was already more than 1.5 degrees C above pre-industrial when the Paris Agreement was reached. Meanwhile, we've already also crossed 2 degrees C. The temperature rise looks set to rapidly drive humans and eventually most, if not all, species on Earth into extinction, yet our politicians still refuse to act. Well, it's too little too late with the coronavirus, as we can see. I mean, they wanted that to get out and spread and go everywhere, so why would they do anything to try and cool the planet down? They want us all to die. So let's go over this. It's time to stop denying how precarious the situation is. Remember the Paris Agreement? In 2015, politicians pledged to hold the global temperature rise to well below 2 degrees C above pre-industrial levels, and pledged they would try and limit the temperature rise to 1.5 degrees C above pre-industrial levels. Well, an analysis by Sam Carana shows that it was already more than 1.5 degrees C above pre-industrial when the Paris Agreement was reached. In Sam Carana's analysis, the year 1750 is used as the baseline for pre-industrial. The analysis shows that we meanwhile have also crossed the 2 degrees C threshold in February 2020, and that the temperature rise looks set to rapidly drive humans and eventually most, if not all, species on Earth into extinction, yet our politicians refuse to act. Accelerating temperature rise. Indeed, there are indications that the recent rise is part of a trend that points at even higher temperatures in the near future, as also discussed at this analysis page. Polynomial trends can highlight such acceleration better than linear trends. The 1970 to 2030 polynomial trend in the image below is calculated over the period from 1880 through to February 2020. The trend points at 3 degrees C getting crossed in 2026. That was a previous calculation, okay? So here's 2020 here. So here's 3C. So this was his chart for then. And he says, in the image above, the January 2020 and February 2020 anomalies are above the trend. This indicates that the situation might be even worse. A polynomial trend calculated over a shorter period can highlight short-term variation, such as associated with El Niño events, and can highlight feedbacks that might otherwise be overlooked. The 2010 to 2022 trend in the image below is calculated with 2009 to February 2020 data. The trend indicates that 2C was crossed in February 2020 and looks set to keep rising and cross 3 degrees C in 2021, more specifically in January of next year, which is less than a year away. It's 9 months away. This is March. This is mid-March. So it's 9 months away. that we're going to get to 3 degrees C, is what he's saying. So here's his new calculation. Here's 2020 and here's 2021. So we already crossed 2C here in February, and so here's where it's going to keep going up, and here's 3C in January. See, here's January, here's February, wait, and then, yeah. So if we hit 2C in February, then we're above 2C. We're just marching on up. Here's 3C in January of next year. So even if we survive the coronavirus, we're not going to survive this. And it's going to go up faster because of the fall away. And he talks about that. Such a steep rise is in line with unfolding developments that are causing the aerosol masking effect to fall away, such as a decrease in industrial activity due to COVID-19 fears. The image below shows a potential rise of 18 degrees C or 32.4 degrees C Fahrenheit from 1750 by the year 2026. So here he is, but we're going to hit 3C before this one. Above image was posted more than a year ago and illustrates that much of this potentially huge temperature rise over the next few years could eventuate as a result of a reduction in the cooling now provided by sulfates. In other words, a steep temperature rise could result from a decline in industrial activity that is caused by fears about the spread of a contagious virus, as also discussed in the video at an earlier post. He leaves the link. The situation is dire and calls for immediate action. Immediate, comprehensive, and effective action as described in the climate plan. And then he leaves the links below. So thank you, Sam, for posting this and bringing this to our attention yet again, and pointing out that we're just marching. We're marching over the edge. The end is near, and it's getting closer every day. So, and we can see it with the earthquakes and with the sulfur dioxide and with the methane and everything. And so it's all added up together. So we've got the big picture here with everything, and this has been prophesied in the Bible. All of these things about earthquakes in diverse places and the plagues and the everything, it's all been prophesied, and so it's all part of the end times.